Hi, everyone. I'm Nabil El-Gaburi, and I'm the Executive Director of CAMFT, and I'm here with Cathryn Leff, current President of CAMFT. We're going to talk about COVID, how COVID has changed psychotherapy practice. So many therapists transitioned to telehealth like this in March of 2020, but a lot of clients are wanting to go back in person, as well as a lot of therapists. We're getting calls about how to do therapy while walking or in the park. So, Cathryn, I hear that you're holding therapy sessions outside of your home. How'd that come about?
Yeah, Nabil. So I've always had a home-based business, and I've actually used my front patio as kind of like the waiting room where clients wait before coming in. And I had one week I was getting a few calls of clients saying, we really want to come in and see you in person, especially couples. And so I started thinking, how can I make this work? I obviously have the space. I have a front patio that's already set up with a couch and 2 chairs and a coffee table. And I have a back patio as well with a big 8-foot long table and chairs. And I have a nice water feature back there with a waterfall. And I thought, well, why not just make this, into an outdoor office? And so I got a sign created through, I think it was through Vistaprint, real cheap, just a little sign with my logo. It says enter here. And I put it on my side gate. So when clients come, they know to open the gate and go to the back. And that's how I came up with the idea. And then I did a video about it and posted it on my website, which you could all see at www.soaringhighcounseling.com. I have a video that takes you on a tour through the front office as well as the back office. And so far it's been working pretty well.
Great. So how do you deal with social distancing?
So I explain to the clients before they come, if they're coming in the back, I usually open the front door as they're getting out of the car and wave to them and then point them in the direction of the gate. So they then, go to the gate, open it, and they've seen the video on my website, so they know what everything looks like and what they're supposed to do. So they go to the gate, open it, walk through the back, and take a seat at the end of the table. And then I come out my back door and take a seat at the opposite end of the table. And so we're always, the table is like 7.5 feet long. So we're always like 7.5 to 8 feet apart. And so that works really well. And when the session's over, they go back out the gate and I go back through the back door. Now for the front patio, they come up the walkway. I'm already sitting there at the couch, on the couch at the end of my patio. And then I have a coffee table in front, and then 2 chairs that are back about 8 feet from where I'm sitting. So I'm already sitting on the couch when they come up, and they just come up and take a seat in the chairs. And when the session's over, they get up and leave. So there's never any interaction, or we're never closer than 7 or 8 feet.
Okay. And what do you do about masks?
So because we're outdoors and we're doing social distancing, I don't require masks. Some of them show up with a mask thinking I'm going to require that. But I explain, because, we're outdoors and we're going to keep our distance. It's not necessary for me anyway. And then they seem so relieved because they don't want to wear them. Anyway, so that's worked out really well.
Okay. How do you deal with confidentiality?
So for my back office, it's not really a problem because I only have one neighbor to the right and I don't have any in the back or to the left. So, and I live alone. I don't have any pets. There's nobody that's going to be interfering back there. The front office, though, is a different situation because we're on a front patio on the street. And even though I'm at the end of a cul-de-sac and it's really quiet, we do get people who come through the neighborhood with flyers who bring it to the door. There's delivery trucks or, I don't know, people walking their dogs that could hear or see us. And so I explain all this ahead of time. But every single client has said, oh, it's fine, you know, we don't care. And they've even said, you know, it's kind of just looks like, you know, friends sitting and talking on a porch. So it really hasn't been an issue.
Okay, so I'm nosy. So what about the bathroom? Real.
Well, I have a plan.
Yeah.
Have a plan for that. So on the table in front of my clients in both the front and back, I have certain items. I have disposable gloves. I have masks. I received 100 masks free from the Chamber of Commerce for my business, which I was very grateful for. And I also have hand sanitizer, my business cards. I take this to each setting. So if someone has to use the restroom, I ask that they put a mask on and disposable gloves. Then they go right into the bathroom that is designated for my clients. My clients are the only ones that use that bathroom. I don't use it. So, and then when they come back out, they, you know, throw the disposable gloves and mask into the trash, and we then continue. And the bathroom is, you know, sanitized, you know, every day. So, but I would say the bathroom is only used maybe once a week. So it's not really a big issue.
That's pretty rare. So what are some of the challenges that you've noticed?
So, well, being outside, you don't really have total control of the environment like you do in an office.
Right?
So I have more control in the back. The only challenges have been like hearing a loud motorcycle go by where we just kind of pause and wait until it goes by on this busy street behind my house. And then one time my next door neighbor decided to mow his back lawn. So that was a little noisy and distracting. And then on the front patio, you know, it's on Monday, in fact, during a session, here comes the garbage truck. It's garbage day. And one of the things I've noticed is these noises and distractions seem to bother me more than my clients, because they're so involved in talking about their stuff that they just, all that noise is just background to them. But for me, you know, it's hard to hear sometimes. But, you know, they're very good natured. They pause. Everybody, I think, understands that this is a unique situation. And so it's gone really well. It's just, you know, it's just whenever something starts, I'm like, oh no, here we go again. But it always turns out fine.
How do your clients like this?
They really like it and they really appreciate it, and they just think it's a great setup. They like the being outdoors, and they're so thankful to be able to see me in person, because a lot of them are just getting tired of the online, and it just isn't as personal. And I feel the same way. I think it's more exhausting doing online than in person. So it's a win-win for both of us.
Have you had to cancel because of rain or weather?
No, well, rain wouldn't be a problem because my front office patio is all covered. So that wouldn't be an issue. But I did have a slight issue yesterday in the back, because even though the clients came at 3 o'clock and it was shaded, it was 90 degrees out. And so I was a little concerned, you know, that my client, he came in shorts and a t-shirt and water and looked all cool and set, you know, and I'm sitting there in my dress clothes. I was getting sweating a little bit. But we got through it. And I think if it got any hotter than that, I think I'd have to move it to telehealth or find some other solution. Because I know there's going to be days coming up that it's going to be 100 degrees out, and I'm not going to be sitting outside doing therapy in 100 degrees.
Right, right. Okay, well, this is really interesting, Cathryn. Thank you so much for sharing your experience of doing therapy outside your home.
You're welcome.
And thank you everyone for watching. As we learn more creative ways of delivering services, we will share them with you. So I want to thank everyone for coming today.
And also, if I could just add, Nabil, if the members want to see a tour of my setup, they can go to my website, which is www.soaringhighcounseling.com. And there's a drop down at the top that explains about COVID-19 and telehealth. And then it also says for outdoor sessions, please call this number. But if you click on the outdoor session link, it'll take you to a video on my website that will show a tour of both my front setup as well as my back setup. So
Great. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
bye-bye.